Hey there Pokemon fans, today is just simply awesome. I'm sure all of you are aware of the new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer. We were bombarded with new information, including new Pokemon, new forms, new features. I'm just speechless. But after watching the trailer and checking out the Pokemon website, there are some very interesting aspects that the new trailer didn't even mention. So in an effort to keep you guys informed, well, here are all the things the new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer didn't even cover. First thing we learn about are the new Alola forms. Now this is something new and unique that has never been done before. In the past, Pokemon have been able to obtain new forms through the use of items, being exposed to weather, or having a certain ability, to name a few. But this one is just on a complete different level. What the trailer didn't cover is that these Alola forms are the product of Pokemon adapting to their environment. Starting with Exeggutor, the reason he has a long neck is because of the amount of sunlight in the Alola region. Being able to be exposed to it year-round, Exeggutor, the grass Pokemon, was able to fully grow. In the Alola region, it is believed that this is Exeggutor's true form. Next we have Vulpix and Ninetales, who now have ice forms. These guys were brought to the Alola region as regular Vulpix. They didn't want to interfere with the Pokemon that were already there, so they chose to move up high in the snowy mountains. It is in here that they adapted to their new environment and took on these new forms. Sandshrew and Sandslash also moved to the snowy mountains where they took their new form. But in their case, they were fleeing from all the recent eruptions that were taking place in the Alola region. Next, we were introduced to Oricorio, the flying Pokemon that has 4 different forms. Each one represents one of the major islands. What the trailer didn't cover is why this Pokemon has a different form per island. The change on this Pokemon is caused by the nectar they feed on from specific flowers that can only be found on each island. It is very likely that these Pokemon are both representation of the islands and guardians. For example, Oricorio's pom-pom style could be connected to the only guardian that we know of, Tapu Koko, who also happens to be an electric type. Now we move to Gumshoos. Oh my god, what a weird name. This is the evolved form of Yungoos. Unlike its pre-evolution, this Pokemon will rather wait for its prey. Hence his pose with his hands behind his back and his eyes almost looking like he's asleep. He can withstand hunger for days as he waits for the right prey. Formantis and Lurantis, the new grass Pokemon, thought to be one of the most beautiful grass Pokemon according to the official website. But what the trailer didn't cover is that just like Gumshoos, Lunaris will be a totem Pokemon, in this case of the lush jungle. Next we were introduced to Mudbray, Mudsdale pre-evolution. What the trailer didn't cover is how this Pokemon is very similar to Farfetch. They were both hunted down to near extinction by humans. Mudbray used to be found all over the world, and now the Alola region is the only place you can find them in the wild. Alright, so we're going to skip the new Pokeride system because, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. I want to bring up the new trial captains because everybody is talking about how there will be no gyms in the Alola region. Pokemon has been following the 8-badge system for so many years that it was weird to me that there will only be 4 trials. But if you really think about it, not only do you have to complete the trials, you must also defeat the kahunas. So in essence, you could still say that you will have the 8-badge system since you have to complete 2 tasks per island before you can move on. One thing that the trailer didn't cover is how the trial captain Kiowei, who is a master of fire Pokemon, has a Marowak, which could potentially mean that we're going to get a fire Alola form Marowak. That would be pretty cool. And of course, I saved the best for last. We learned about Z moves, and every Pokemon will be able to perform a Z move. This mechanic seems to replace Mega Evolution, as it was revealed that in order to perform a Z move, you will need a Z ring with a Z crystal that matches another Z crystal of the same type being held by your Pokemon. On top of that, the Pokemon must have a move of the same type as the Z crystal that they are holding. But the most important thing that the trailer didn't cover is, guys, the company Tomy International will be making a real-life Z-Ring that will work with the new Pokemon Sun and Moon games. Yes, you will be able to wear it, and as you perform a Z move in the game, the ring will vibrate, light up, and make sounds to add more realism to the game. Just how Heart Gold and Soul Silver had an accessory, so will the new Pokemon games. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that. Well, there you have it, Pokemon fans. That is all I have so far for everything that the new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer didn't cover. I will be making some theories soon, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I'm really looking forward for the upcoming games. I feel it's going to be such a unique experience. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Pokemon fans.